I always do like a 10.
It's great. Like it a lot. People who are who will miss this. Okay, let's also do this together, and then we'll go over our little tournament. Okay, I have this thing. You can't see it because it's on that screen. Rosh, Panim, Ein, Einaim, Ozen, Oznaim, Af, Pe, Shinaim, Yad, Yadaim, Etzba, Zroa, Regel, Raglaim, Kaf Regel, Lev, Beten, Gav. Okay. It's just excellent that you're pointing to the different points as you're reciting, because it really kind of helps you get this information, and it's just it's really good, you guys. Okay, so now let's go to the Kahoot itself. Let's see how we can do. All right, sharing in a minute. Right. Start. Okay. Share this thing. Okay. So you can see on the screen. Okay, so all you need to do is to take your phone and go to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin. Okay. Hey, Carissa's in. Carissa, feel well. Feel well. Okay, Micah is here. Mary Ellen, nice.
Kahoot what?
Just Kahoot.it. Or you can
So
scan the QR code. Yes, that's right.
Use the one behind you, you could.
I got it now.
Okay.
And we'll see.
Luis.
And comment on the book that I saw on.
Julia? Who's Julia? Oh, Julia. Caught me off guard there. It's like, who's Julia? Oh, here's our Yemenite prince. Ah, ya salam. Okay, is that everybody? I think so, right? I believe so. Nico is here, the prince. Yelena, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, did you join?
I didn't get in yet
Okay.
because I'm on the phone. So I just get out from here from the lesson because I'm on the phone on Zoom.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how you would do that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, if
You know what?
can.
Never mind. I will just
have her
follow
minimize,
you
get out,
guys.
and she'll see a whole
You
screen.
could change the window. You can just use a different window.
Minimize the screen.
Okay.
And then go to the browser. You just click the home button. It'll minimize, I think, and then just go to the browser.
Why do I have headphones on?
Because you can change that. Here, you want to make another headphone?
Yeah, I don't want headphones. I don't want anything.
You don't want anything?
Okay, now.
You lost the prince. Oh,
Don't wait for me. Just
Well, I'll
go
come
ahead.
back. I'll come back.
okay. Hey, here's the Eminent Prince is back. Okay, let's wait a little bit longer. Okay. Did you find the website, Yelena?
No, I didn't even try.
Do you want to try or?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay. So let's move this up here and let's start. Okay. Let's begin. Okay. Ready for the first question? What is the correct Hebrew word for yellow? Is it Adom, Sahov, Kahol, or Yarok?
Sahor.
Afternoon.
Well, you don't have to say it out loud. You're competing against each other. That's okay. All right. Yes, it is. It is Sahov, and it's kind of confusing because you have those. Wait a second. Myself to the left. Because of Sahov. Okay, Mary Allen is leading the charge once again. All right. Let's see. Last. Second question. Which of these is the correct plural form of hand or yad? Is it yadayim, yadot,
Yadayim.
yadim, or yada? It's yadayim. A lot of you guys said yadim, but it's yadayim. You just have to try and get used to it. Okay, Micah is moving up in the world. Okay, third question. Which of these words is feminine? Is it mora, more, dod? Or is it rav? It's mora. Nice. Okay. Okay, Mary Ellen. Oh, Carissa. Nice. Number 4. What is the Hebrew word for ears? Is it oznaim, ozen, einaim, or is it panim?
Oznaim.
It's oznaim. Nice. So ozen is one. It's singular.
Okay, no kissing your best.
Okay. No worries. Just do your best. No worries. No pressure. Okay, question number 5. Is kahol the Hebrew word for red? True or false?
Oh,
False. So what is the correct Hebrew word for red?
Adom.
Adom.
Don't.
Adom.
That's right. Right, Mary Ellen still holding on to her championship belt. Does panim mean face in Hebrew? True or false?
Yes, true.
Keep the answer to yourself. You are competing. Okay, next. Don't say it out loud. Which of these is the Hebrew word for foot? Regel, kaf regel, reglaim, or is it yadayim?
Regular.
Kaf regel. Yelena, you're not competing.
Just have her mute herself.
Yeah,
No, I just muted myself. I'm so sorry. I didn't
Just
know I
mute.
was muted.
You know what? Just mute.
I'm
Kaf
taking myself.
regel. All right, let's continue on. Which of these Hebrew words is masculine? Gdola, beten, rabbi, or is it doda? What's masculine here, guys? It is a hobby. That's right. And Mary Ellen, Mike, and Brent. Numbers 1, 2, 3. Not bad. Which of the following correctly means she said? Amar, Amra, Omer? Is it Lamed? Amra. That's right.
Up, how you doing?
Amar is
Up.
masculine. All right. All right, Yemenite prince is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Nice. What is the correct word for purple in Hebrew? Varod, chum, sagol, afar. Sagol, that's right. Sagol. All right. Remember that speed also counts. Is avi the Hebrew word for uncle? True or false? All right. It is false. The word for uncle is what?
Dod.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right, Mary Ellen, uncontested so far. Does Ima mean mother in Hebrew? Nice, true. That was more for speed. All right. It's a chance for if you got some things wrong to get back on the horse. Which word means who in Hebrew? Ma, mi, ha, or is it oh? Or is it or? Huh. That's funny. It's me. Nice. Got it right. Good job. Nico, third place. All right. Which of these is the Hebrew word for uncle? We just said it. Just have to find it, click on it. Dog, that's right. Luis, I can see you on the board. Nice. What does Alba mean? Again.
Neither Grant.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Just a chance for you guys to get on that board. Which Hebrew word means hero or mighty? Will be Gibor, or yeah, Gibor. Oh, I know this one. Nice, not bad. All right. Mary Ellen, still in the lead. Is home the Hebrew word for gray? True or false? False. What is the Hebrew word for gray?
Fall.
Fall. Maybe I shouldn't be asking you these questions. Which word means light in Hebrew? Oh, bore, erev, or gadol? Oh, nice. Bore is. Who knows what bore is? Creator, yeah, that's right. Okay, does shachol mean black in Hebrew? True or false?
True.
True. Okay. Here's the next one. What is the correct Hebrew word for mouth? Pe, af, lev, or is it panim? Eh. I made it too simple. Which word means evening in Hebrew? Ba'erev, erev, or is it rabim? It's erev. Wow, they're fast. Bunch of gunslingers here. Which of these means teacher? Masculine.
More.
It's more. More is masculine. Wow, Nico is moving up. Good job, Nico. True or false? Does all mean darkness in Hebrew?
That's
No.
what happens when you're trying to get too fast.
Oh, too fast. Oh man. I'm taking a test.
All right.
I'm taking a test for a class.
Is Mora the feminine form of teacher?
Some language class. I'm still learning a new language. Spanish,
You're not muted, buddy.
because I want to learn Spanish. It's the second most useful language in America. Yeah. Oh
Right.
wow.
Can you,
I'm coming over.
I wonder.
you can, you can.
Got that wrong.
A beam.
Hey, Iran, can you maybe mute?
Oh, sorry.
All right. Okay, 26. What does Baim mean? See if you know this one. He is coming, they're coming, she's coming, you're coming. They are coming. Okay, maybe that was a little bit more tricky. A little bit more, like the spread of answers was a little bit wider than this one. Which word means big? Feminine form. Watch the feminine forms. All right, you got it. Gdola. All right. Your last chance. Which of these means if in Hebrew? Oh, gam, im, pei. Im, yes. A is where. Right.
Yeah, you're spoken.
True or false? Is rabim the plural of rav? Oh, that was tricky. Yes. But we said that rabbanim is the plural form of a rabbi. Rabim is many. All right. It was mostly easy, but I threw in there a couple more tricky ones. Okay, last question. True or false? Does af mean nose in Hebrew? Yes. All right. Let's see. Here's the podium. Third place, Brent. Good job. Second place goes to Micah.
Oh my God.
And Mary Ellen. She gets to keep her championship belts. Good job, Mary Ellen. All right. Okay.
Well, not far apart, like a 306 to 438.
438. That was like probably about a second's worth of that.
I know.
Or one, yeah, I don't know what you get for what you go
Getting
to.
ahead of one answer or behind, like if I would have clicked.
There was a couple that I hesitated and I'm just like, my brain just thinks.
All right. Wait.
I got one.
All right. Hopefully it was nice. Hopefully you liked it. If it was too simple, then we can always fix that. Get into something more complicated. All right. I want to talk about months of the year. Hopefully you can all see that. Let me just change the view here. So, okay, this is better. Okay, so Chodshei Hashana, you can say it together with me. Chodshei Hashana means, yes, Chodshei Hashana. Okay, means Chodshei Hashana means months of the year. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Hebrew calendar here. So what you can see is a nice little table of all of the months and how they are written in Hebrew, how they are transliterated. Yeah, and I don't know why I added this. This is redundant. Anyway. But yes, they have a biblical order to them, which the way they would appear in the Tanakh, in the Hebrew Bible, is what today is called Nisan is called the first month. You might have known this before. But let's go over these together and just recite them together, okay? Nisan,
Nisan,
Iyar,
Iyar,
Sivan,
Sivan,
Tammuz,
Tammuz,
Av,
Av,
Elul,
Elul,
Tishrei,
Tishrei,
Heshvan,
Heshvan,
Kislev,
Kislev,
Tevet,
Tevet,
Shvat,
Shvat,
Adar,
Adar,
and Adar Bet.
Adar Bet.
This is for a leap year. So once in several years, we're going to have an extra Hebrew month to kind of catch up to the solar year. All right. But the way that it appears, at least in the biblical record, is that the first month is corresponding to later the name that it was given later in Jewish tradition to the month of Nisan. All right? Okay. So Nisan is in the spring, so it falls around the time of April. So the first month is the month of spring. Okay? We'll touch on these elements in a little bit. Here's some useful vocab. So the word chodesh, say chodesh.
Chodesh,
Chodesh means month. Say shana.
Shana,
Shana means year. Chodesh Rishon
Chodesh Rishon,
is first month. Rosh Chodesh
Rosh Chodesh,
is a new moon. So moon is synonymous to month, right? Chag
Chag,
is a holiday, and it comes from it comes from the word cycle, something that goes back and keeps repeating. So the holidays have a tendency to come around every year, right? That's why they're called chagim, because they continue. They go in a cycle. Now say moed.
Moed,
Yeah, so moed is a festival, and it is also an appointed time. It's called an appointed time. Tzom, yes. Tzom is a fast day. Okay. So I will toss this PDF to you guys, so you can go over these words as well. So you said that you like it, that I talk about the Jewish tradition of some of the vocab that we are going through. So I thought, why not go a little bit deeper into the different months? So Nisan is the first month, as I mentioned before. And biblically, at least the way it appears in Exodus 12, verse 2, it's the first month. Okay? Chodesh Rishon. Okay? And in Jewish tradition, it represents redemption and freedom, because during that month, the Israelites left slavery in Egypt. Okay? It's also known as Chodesh HaAviv. You can say Chodesh HaAviv.
Chodesh Ha'aviv.
Yes, Chodesh HaAviv means the month of spring, because it's a spring month. And now another kind of interesting thing, there is a pretty close relationship between, well, obviously different Semitic languages, but Akkadian is within the Semitic family. And we can see a little bit of the etymology of how these words came down to the Hebrew. So Akkadian, Nisanu, means beginning. Okay. So because it also marks the first month, at least in the biblical calendar, you can kind of see the resemblance of the Hebrew word Nisan and the Akkadian Nisanu. It means beginning. So spring, new beginnings, right? You have this similitude. Also, the rabbis say that Nisan kind of sounds like Nes, and Nes means miracle. Say Nes.
Yes.
Yes, Nes means miracle, and they kind of tie it to the Exodus story where a lot of miracles happened. All right. So the second month is the month of Iyar. Iyar, that's right. So in the traditions, they kind of look at it as an acronym of sorts of Ani Hashem Rofecha. I am the Lord who heals you from Exodus 15:26. And if you take this letter and, well, the Hey is in place of the name of God, Yod He Vav He, so it's actually Yud. So Aleph Yud Resh Rofecha, the one who heals you. Okay, so it forms kind of an acronym of sorts of this. And this is a period of the counting of the Omer that occurs throughout this whole month. So you start in the sun, you start from Passover, and you count the Omer, and during the whole month of Iyar, you'll count it. But it probably doesn't derive from the acronym. Probably more is closely related to the Ayahu, which means blossom or light, and that makes sense because it's still springtime. So Ayahu, very, very close languages. So, all right. So the third month is the month of Sivan. It's also a common Hebrew name. So girls who would be born on this month would be called Sivan as well. It's on this month we're celebrating Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah on Mount Sinai during the Feast of Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks. It's also associated with Revelation because it was given, and according to Christian tradition as well, we have the giving of the Holy Spirit as well. It also happens in this month, the third month, the month of Sivan, on Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks. And the Akkadian word Simanu means season or time, for example. All right. This is the month of Tammuz. This is the fourth month, and a very significant date that happens on is the 17th of Tammuz, the Yud Zayin B'Tammuz, and it marks the breach of Jerusalem's walls. It's one of 5 fasts in the Jewish calendar that have something to do with the destruction of the temple. A very sad, solemn day. Happens on the 17th of Tammuz. And also begins the period of the 3 weeks of mourning. Okay, it's a time where, according to Jewish custom, you do not get married, you don't go to parties. You know, it's not the time to do that. But Tammuz is actually named after a Babylonian deity, which is kind of interesting and peculiar. And you have to wonder why. Tammuz was a god of vegetation whose death was mourned in the summer. So he is kind of like a deity of vegetation. Tammuz falls around August. It's super, super hot. Everything dies. So it was kind of like, anyway, and we have to wonder, maybe it was picked up during the Babylonian captivity, maybe even before that. So the month of Tammuz, like we said, it's a god of vegetation and fertility. So he believed to have died every summer, so the crops would wither. And his descent into the underworld was mourned through rituals, lamentations, and fasting, particularly by women. And we have an interesting allusion to that from the book of Ezekiel, from Ezekiel 8, verse 14. And he brought me to the entrance of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat the woman waiting for Tammuz. So probably happened during the summer. They were doing something like this. All right. But obviously, this practice is condemned as idolatry. And Ezekiel did not like that. He obviously condemned it. But maybe it was so strongly associated with this time of year that it just picked up this name. Anyway, but it is still a month of mourning in that sense, because the 17th of Tammuz, the walls of Jerusalem were breached first by the Babylonians, which interestingly enough, here's a connection, 586 BCE, and led by the Romans, so 70 CE. Okay. And this marks, just as we said, the 3 weeks. In Hebrew, they're called Ben HaMetzarim. It's a period of mourning. And it culminates in Tisha B'Av. It's the saddest day of the Jewish calendar. It's the destruction of the temple. We'll talk about that in a minute. So the month of Av, let's say Av. Okay, this is the 5th month. And just like we said, this is the date for the destruction of both temples, both the first and the second. So after mourning, the latter part of Av turns toward comfort and renewal. Okay, it means father in Hebrew, as we've learned, but the Akkadian means Abu, meaning reed or fire. Probably more, I'm leaning more towards fire because it's just a hot month. It's just a summer month, fire. It's very hot, so probably this is where it comes from. Take it with a grain of salt, okay? Okay, the month of Elul is the 6th month. It's a month of repentance, and it leads up to Rosh Hashanah. The whole month is just characterized by repentance. The shofars blow daily, and this is a period where Jewish people are opening up their siddur and they're saying slichot, which is forgiveness. So they're repenting. They're using this month for internal, for introspection and so on. But in Akkadian, Ululu, kind of similar, it means harvest. Maybe a month. Maybe in Babylon. That's what they did. Tishrei is the 7th month. And a lot of really fun holidays fall on the 7th month, the month of Tishrei, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Shmini Atzeret, and Simchat Torah. And interestingly, Akkadian Tashritu, which really sounds, well, it means beginning. And that links us to Rosh Hashanah. So we're celebrating the new year on Tishrei, not on the month of Nisan, which is like you have to wonder why, because Nisan is the first month, like we saw. It's the month of spring, the month of beginning. But we celebrate the Rosh Hashanah on Tishrei. Why do we do that? So apparently the Talmud also records this sort of debate between when is the beginning of the year. So it has to do with the creation of the world. Rabbi Eliezer says it was created in Tishrei. Rabbi Yoshua says it was created in Nisan. So the Tishrei creation, why? Because this is the time of judgment, where all the creatures pass before God, according to the Mishnah. All right, the phrase "B'tishrei nivra ha'olam," you can say "B'tishrei." Say it. "B'tishrei nivra ha'olam." In Tishrei, the world was created. We kind of got picked up in Jewish tradition, really got really popular. So Adam and Eve, according to this tradition, were created on Rosh Hashanah, the 1st of Tishrei, on the 1st of the 7th month, making the birthday of humanity. And it's also the agricultural year. So the rain starts falling around that time. So it's important for creation of life. There's some correlations to ancient Near Eastern traditions as well that link creation myths to the agricultural cycle. So the new year begins in autumn. Why? Because rain begins to fall and the crops, so you plant your crops and the rain begins to fall around that time. So there was a festival called Akitu by the Babylonians, where they would reenact the creation myth, for instance. But is there a biblical precedent for it? Maybe in Genesis 2:5. Now no shrub has yet appeared on the earth, and no plant had yet sprung up, for the Lord God has not sent rain on the earth, and there was no one to work the ground. Maybe there is something about it. I'll leave it up to you. Anyway, on the other hand, people say that it's Nisan, which is the first month, because it's the month of spring, and it's the month of renewal. The Exodus happens also on Nisan, but the Shrei version won out. All right. Okay, now the month of Cheshvan is the 8th month. It was originally called Mar Cheshvan, and it's kind of close to the Akkadian Vachashmanu, which means there's 8 months. Mar in Hebrew is bitter. And even today it's nicknamed Mar Cheshvan. Why? Because it doesn't have any holidays. So it's kind of like nothing is going on during that holiday. It's just an empty month. So Mar Cheshvan. Another trivia. The great flood of Noah's time began in Cheshvan. It was on the 8th month. 9th month is Kislev. And it's known for Hanukkah, the festival of lights and miracles, and could be derived from Kislimu. Kind of looks similar, means thick cloud and hope. Because, well, if you think about Kislev, it's around the end of November, December. So it's the rainy season. So it makes sense. Tevet is the 10th month. The 10th of Tevet marks the Babylonian siege of Jerusalem. All right. This is also like Yud Zayin B'Tammuz. It's also a time of fast. It's a smaller fast. It begins from sunrise and ends at sunset. It's not a 25-hour fast. And it could arrive from the word tebetu, which means to sink. Maybe you're Shvat is the 11th month. We celebrate Tu B'Shvat on that month, which is a new year for trees. Maybe it comes from Shabbatu, the strike. Maybe again a reference to rain. Still a rainy month. That is the final 12th month. Purim occurs on that. It's our next holiday in line. And when we celebrate. Again, a lot of the things we celebrate is people want to kill us, and and we just we survived. Yeah. Let's eat and drink and have fun because we just got to live another day. So Purim is a great time of just doing a lot of fun stuff. The Talmud says, "Mishenichnas Adar marbin b'simcha." In English, when Adar enters, we increase in joy. It's a joyous month. And it could be from Akkadian Adar, which means glorious or mighty. Why, don't ask me. And in leap years, Adar is the guy that gets doubled. Occasionally gets a twin, called Adar Bet. All right. This is a nice little chart, and we are going to end with this. I will send this to you as a PDF, and look it over. Maybe you care, maybe you don't. I'll send it to you anyway. Passover is Pesach. Say Pesach.
Pesach.
You have Lag BaOmer. Lag is we talked about gematria. That means numbers. and it is also used for connoting dates. So the 33rd count of the Omer. So Lamed Gimel, Lag BaOmer. So once we get to the 33rd count, there is a particular day where we do bonfires and stuff like that. It's kind of in remembrance of the Bar Kochba revolts. Yom HaAtzmaut. Yom HaAtzmaut. You got a little bit tired there. It's Independence Day. Okay, Tzmaut means independence. Okay, Feast of Weeks is Shavuot. Yes, Shavuot means weeks. It's the plural for weeks. Shavua is 1 week. Shavuot is weeks plural. 17th of Tammuz, this is the fast that we talked about. Yod Zayin b'Tammuz. Yeah, so Yod Zayin means 17. We talked about Gematria for just a little bit. You have it in your PDF. You can see that I'm not messing with you. 9th of Av, Tish'a B'Av. You know that Pesha is 9. Are tired. It's okay. It's almost over. I'm releasing you in a second. Chodesh HaTeshuvah. This is Elul. Teshuvah, yes. Rosh Hashanah. Rosh is head, right? We learned some body parts. Shana is year. So the head, so the new year, so kind of like the head of the year. Okay? Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement. Sukkot, Tabernacle. Simchat Torah, rejoicing of the Torah. So Cheshvan, again, and Chagim, there are no holidays. Kislev is Chanukah. Tevet, you have the Asara B'Tevet, the Tzom. Yes, Tzom is fast. Tu B'Shvat, 15th of Shvat, right? Tet is 9, and Vav is 6. So they make 15 together. The reason we don't write Yud and Hey is because it's too close to God's name, and we don't want to take that in vain. Therefore, so the numbers 15 and 16 are not written out because it's Yud Hey and Yod Vav, and they're short for God, and so we don't use that. So instead, we use Tet Vav and Tet Zayin. Tet Vav being 15, Tet Zayin being 16. Okay? Yeah. So we try to hold his name in reverence. Okay, Purim, finally. All right. That's it. Hopefully it was useful. And I'll send you the PDF of this thing. So you can review it.
Can you send us a quick blurb on? She just said like just 16 is written this way. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I will.
I'm not gonna remember.
Okay. All right. Hopefully it was good. Hopefully it was useful.
Thank you.
If
It was
you
great,
didn't like,
but a lot.
if you didn't like
Love
it,
Kahoot.
send me a text in private, please, not in front of everybody. All right.
Thank you. Tada.
Bye.